Hi, we just finished watching episode 5 of American Horror Story
Apocalypse!
Apocalypse. So, spoilers, of course. If you haven't seen that episode yet, be sure to check that out.
So don't watch, think about
Don't
the
watch
episode while you're...
If you haven't seen that yet, or if you don't care about spoilers, you just want to really badly know what we thought about the episode.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so first off, initial thoughts. What do you think of the episode?
So my initial thoughts were that I felt like it was a little bit slow, but I'm hoping that it's like the lull before the storm, and it's like gonna get faster next episode.
Yeah, there was a lot of build up this season to explain things, because there's like a lot more lore exploring this season than there have been in past seasons, where I feel like
that's true.
They kind of like were more moving it's like from Murder House up until about, I guess really all of them have been kind of like self-contained mythologies that winked and nodded to the other seasons.
Yeah.
And they're a little bit interconnected, but we didn't have to like explain the lore of a past season to understand the current season. Like Hotel had like Queenie appeared, but we didn't have to have like a big like explanation of like the witches and Coven.
Yeah.
Whereas this season hinges on a lot of prior knowledge and a lot of world building and a lot of rule setup that we didn't have to have in past seasons. So it does feel a little bit juxtaposition heavy this season.
Yeah, I am also hoping that they are building to. I'm hoping that the rest of the show now just like takes off and like there's no more like flashbacks forward, back forward. I'm hoping that this season is building to whatever like he did in the Apocalypse, and that maybe like the next episode will be like what, like the creation or like the building of the new. Just because I think it'd be interesting if we just spent this whole season finding out how it happened, like, and we get to hear about his history. And I'm really, really excited that we finally are getting to Murder House, which we know is where he comes from.
We do know that, and I think that they've already said that this next episode will be longer than the past episodes, which is odd. Hotel had really weird run times. Like some episodes were like 50 minutes.
That's true.
Some episodes were an hour. Some of them were like even longer than that, if I remember correctly. Some episodes like went really, really long. So it's kind of odd that they're sticking really intensely to like 45 minutes for Apocalypse, especially since the season seems to have more to say. I think they're doing a good job setting things up, but the concern always with American Horror Story since after Murder House has always been, can they stick the landing? And I feel like they're going to be able to do that with Apocalypse, because it feels like they're doing a lot, but they're really following one through line story. Like there isn't a lot of like side stories or tangential.
That's true.
Tangent. Thank you. Like if you looked at like Asylum, they had like not witches. They had like mad scientists and aliens and possession and Nazis, like and serial killers,
which
and like
cool, but at the same time,
it was cool, but it was a lot to try to like wrap up in 13 episodes. Whereas like Murder House worked really well because it was like just ghosts. You just have ghosts. That's it. Yeah. And then it wraps up really nicely.
Very focused. Yeah.
And the ones that tend to like focus on just like one thing tend to do better. Like Freak Show kind of suffered from it, where it was too much going on that they had to explain or wrap up. And Hotel, I think that was like Hotel's biggest problem. The Hotel had.
I felt like Hotel was more focused because it was all just the one location.
It was more focused with one location. No, sorry, what were you going to say?
Okay.
But if you remember, though, they had like the Ten Commandments killer, they had the vampires, they had disappearing children, they had like 1,000 different types of ghosts, they had like the drill bit demon ghost.
I remember.
And then they had to like figure out how all of that connected together, and I think that they didn't perfectly like land that reveal in Hotel. Like,
well, see, in here, I think is the interesting thing is that I think that you liked Freak Show more than I did, and I liked Hotel.
I did like Freak Show.
Because I did feel like the location kept it more focused. Okay, but we got to get back to talking about like this actual episode. I think
it's hard because
people kind of get
not a whole lot. That's the problem with this episode. Like, stuff happened, but none of it.
But I did want to say I really, really liked Cordelia's character this episode. I was like so intrigued by everything going on with her. Her vision of the apocalypse was really hard for me to watch.
That was really cool. It was really gory.
Yeah,
I liked that.
And I was just horrified, like, watching that happen to her. But at the same time, like, it was cool to see, like, the beginnings of things. And, but also just she was so purposeful and intentional the entire episode. And what's the actress's name? Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson.
She is just, I really feel like Cordelia is just like the perfect character for her because she just feels so genuine and real. I really, really liked that.
I really liked her character. I really like the smugness of the Antichrist character. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was creepy, especially when he flashed John Henry. That was like,
ah! Felt like the Stevie Nicks. I like Stevie Nicks. She's wonderful. I think her singing's great. I like singing.
Yeah.
It bothered me in Coven. It wasn't as bad as in Coven because in Coven it just kind of like stopped the whole episode to do a music video.
Yeah.
Or like it didn't feel as intense this time. But Lily Rabe's character. Yay! She's back in this episode. Misty Day.
I was so sad when she died.
Inconsequential a little bit. Like I hope they do something with it. That's not just like, oh, we wanted you to still be.
He's complaining about Misty Day coming back.
Part of it. Well, they could still use her character in Murder House because she was the wife of the abortionist.
I know, but my favorite Lily Rabe ever was Misty Day. I always loved Misty Day and wanted her back in every single season.
She was good.
Yeah.
So, but we do know next episode we should have a lot more to talk about. Not that this was a bad episode.
Well, hold on. Not done.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to respond to what you were saying about Stevie Nicks. So I felt like it did feel a little bit music video-y to me. I felt like it was a little bit too, okay, now we're not in the show, now Stevie Nicks is happening, but then they like drew it in better, I think, when like at the end when she interacted with Misty Day. But I will say one thing that I thought was kind of interesting about it is like comes from the fact that like I almost fell asleep watching it.
Oh, really? During the Stevie Nicks part?
Yeah, I was like so comfortable and soothed and peaceful.
Oh, like not like in a you were bored. But like,
both, actually.
Oh, okay.
So at first I was bored, and then I was like, wait, like this is weird for an American Horror Story episode. Like you're not supposed to feel like, oh, everything's wonderful. Let's go to sleep now. And so anyway, so I just thought that I thought that was interesting, and I almost wonder if it's deliberate. I wonder if this was supposed to feel like a slow, you know, like this is the piece, and then like trying to show that like the under the witches there's a peaceful reign, and then how you know how horrible it is when he comes, when he invades. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then Emma Roberts, of course, was fantastic, and it was like that was my first question with her was like, how are they going to get her to be on the witch's side again? But they solved that for me. And I'm really excited about the warlock who's on their side now. Yay.
Yeah, so next episode should be like really exciting.
Yeah.
Should definitely have like, a lot to say about that one. Not that this was a bad episode. It's not.
I thought it was a good episode.
It was okay.
It was slow.
It's just not what I wanted. But I think next episode's going to be more what I wanted since the very beginning. I hope. Murder House.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it anyway because I liked the witches because they're fun. So, yeah. So join us next time, and someday we'll do a live video when we don't have to be putting children to sleep during the episode.
There you go.
Yeah.
Maybe next season.
Maybe
they'll be like,
maybe they'll have an earlier bedtime, and we can not worry about it.
All right. Well, until next time.
All right. Bye.